Today we explore Saltram House, a stunning Georgian mansion located at Plymouth, Devon. Built in the 18th century, it was the home of the Parker family for generations. The house is famous for its grand architecture, fine art collection, beautifully preserved interior, and was used for the interior shots in the film Sense and Sensibility. Set amidst expansive gardens and parkland. Join us on our lovely walk. Well, hello folks.
Hi.
And today we're on another one of our adventures.
Little day out today.
And we're in the Plymouth area.
Yep.
And we're at Saltram House.
That's saying it a bit posh, I think.
Sorry?
Saltram House.
Saltram House.
Saltram.
It's a Georgian mansion, and it was known for the interior scenes of Sense and Sensibility.
Yes.
So let's see what
Did
we're
you say
doing.
where it was?
Yeah, it's in Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah.
Plimpton
Yeah,
is the name of the place, but
yeah, just outside Plymouth.
yes. Took us about 30 miles from Brixham.
Yeah, so
We had a good journey. It rained, didn't it? So I don't know what the weather will do today.
have no idea what the weather
But
will
we'll
do
see.
today.
And looking
Yeah, we'll
forward to
take you
seeing the
guys
house.
along with us. And this is the car parking. There's no meters here. Instead, there's a set of volunteers who check you as you come in and see if you've got National Trust membership. And if you have, they then basically let you through, and if you haven't, I assume you ask for payment. Now that's a truly unusual set of trees. They've all sort of merged together. And this is the other side of the tree, and you can see some picnic tables and a table tennis table down there as well. And there's accessible parking near the house as well. I did wonder about the name of this pond. Apparently it was because it was used to clean and maintain the wheels of the horse carts, hence the name. When you know that, it makes perfect sense. The pond has an incline at one side, which I guess the horse carts would have used to drive through the pond. Now it's home to some delightful plants and ducks. These can be enjoyed by the visitors to Saltram each day. Obviously there are a number of walks that you can do around the grounds without going to the house. Joanne headed straight to the shop, as she does enjoy browsing their selection. It was one of the larger National Trust shops we've come across, well stocked with a variety of products. They offered everything from chutneys and cider to scarves, outdoor clothing, handcrafted jewellery and of course candles. It's a fantastic place to find something unique, whether for a gift or a treat for yourself, compared to the typical high street options. This is a big shop actually for some of the ones that we've seen.
They've got lots of lovely stuff in here. I want everything. Oh, look. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Lavender bath essence. Isn't that beautiful? Look. The flowers in.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
£16.
The shop and also the visitor centre are in what used to be the old coach houses, which would house up to 6 different coaches as part of the overall stable block. really nice. It's a nice courtyard, isn't it?
Beautiful.
I think that would be the normal entrance that one would come through. There's all the plants for sale. And there's a place there for your dog to have water. Nice eating area this, with the clock tower over the other side. So we found a very nice fig plant here. It's just a bit on the large side at 13 foot by 13 foot.
Yes.
It wouldn't be a National Trust property without having a second-hand bookshop in a stable, which is very National Trust from what we've seen. Anyway, I found some really nice books there and actually bought one, which was the Murray Walker autobiography, unless I'm very much mistaken. It was absolutely pristine condition and very reasonably priced. There are two places that one could get a bite to eat. This one is the Park Cafe and is just off of the stable block, and it served a wide variety of hot dishes. The other one, which you'll see later, is the Chapel Tea Room, which is nearer the house. We came, this one, the Park Cafe, was considerably busier than the tea room. It seemed to have the larger choice of items to purchase and eat. This is one of the rear cafe areas, which actually overlooks a sheltered area outside. The entrance to the house and gardens was via the Welcome Centre, where, if you were like us or National Trust members, you just displayed your card and then they gave you a ticket. Otherwise you could purchase one. Round the corner, just before you entered the house and gardens, was a set of toilets. And that's overlooking the entrance to get to the car park. First views of the house.
Aren't these plants beautiful?
The plants are lovely, absolutely superb.
You can obviously thingy with your phone, I'm assuming. I've never seen a colourful one like that though before.
No, it's
Well, to try.
No, it's a special application. It's called the Novi Lens app.
What does that mean?
I have no
Oh, he's
idea.
going, look it up.
So having downloaded the Navi Lens Go app and pointed it at that sign, it tells me that the way to exit is behind me and over rough cobbled stones. It would probably have helped if the sign was actually pointing the totally different direction. Anyway, this is the exit that it's referring to. These gardens are always lovely that National Trust do. Really nice.
That noise you can hear is cars coming into the park, into the grounds here, across the cattle grid. And it makes a hell of a noise when you're going over it in your car. I said to the lady, we had to show you, we're members, so we showed our card and then we get free parking. I said, goodness, that's loud, isn't it? She said, yes, they keep trying to do things to, not make it so loud, but it really was. Especially when you're in the car. Probably can't hear it. It's a hell of a racket. Yes, it would have been quite nice to live here. A lot of grass to mow. Definitely would have needed a sit-down mower. I just saw this tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but the bark's all peeling off. It's rather a pretty bark. I'm lower, so you can't see me. Can you?
No. You get to see the top of your head.
There's a ha-ha hidden drop at the edge of this lawn. Ha-ha. I've never heard of a ha-ha drop before. Has anybody else?
That's what it's telling me.
Oh, where? Oh, do they mean over there, maybe? Yes, they must do. Yeah. We'll have to go and have a look at the ha-ha drop.
So I'm now going in search of the ha-ha drop.
Steve's gone to have a look at the ha-ha. I said, don't fall down the ha-ha. I guess because it's just beyond this, can you see it? Where's my finger? This tree here. It's just along there. So from here, it looks like if you just, not that I can run, but if a child or something just ran across, you'd fall down the ha-ha. Ha-ha-ha-ha. Had to do that. I think Steve's, he's either fallen down the ha-ha. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, there he is. I thought he'd fallen down the ha-ha. Yes, definitely. That would do you a mischief, wouldn't it?
And that is a ha-ha drop. I suppose it's the Georgian equivalent of an infinity view.
Drainage, we think. Yeah. Goes all along. It's got to be 6 foot, I think.
We decided that we would explore the gardens before going into the house. That was partly because there was a threat of rain and the weather when we arrived was very good, and also we wanted to get a bite to eat as well. The interesting thing was that when we went round the side of the house, it looked a lot more ornate than the front of the house did, which caught us a little bit by surprise, and we wondered if the perspective had been changed.
Or maybe this was classed as the front door. Maybe.
So we asked in the house, as you do, and no, it hadn't been changed. It was just a very ornate patio that was used by the family.
Love a wind chime.
What's an absolutely gorgeous garden, or part of the garden, and a lovely inviting path.
Shall we walk down the path?
Yeah, walk along this long border was absolutely delightful, and the border itself was extremely well stocked with a wide variety of very colourful plants. There's a lovely depth to this view. You've got plants at every level. It really is nice. Now this area is reserved for volunteers and staff only. It's obviously where they prepare the various plants. Off to one side of the border was an arch and a path that looked extremely inviting. This is the Orange Grove. It features a set of colourful and tropical planting, with many of the citrus trees being moved from the Orangery to the Orange Grove. And the centre focus is a pond with some lovely lilies in it. Very attractive, and I love the sound of the water. The area was renovated about 3 years ago and was closed for those renovations. It looks absolutely beautiful. This is a memorial to the Brigadier Honourable Robin Parker, one of the family. As we explored the gardens, we came across the Orangery, a neoclassical, charming and historically significant garden building. Built in the 1770s, it would have harmonised beautifully with the main house. It served as a haven for delicate exotic plants such as citrus trees, oranges, lemons and limes that required protection from the harsh British winters. These structures were very fashionable amongst the 18th century aristocratic families who used them to display their wealth. Now it's a Grade 2 listed building and no longer sees the same use it once had. Its large windows once allowed sunlight to flood the interior, ensuring the plants inside received ample light. By this time we were both feeling a little bit hungry, so we thought we'd try out the chapel tea room and see what that had to offer. This is a little sort of tea room called the chapel tea room. The chapel tea room is next to the long border that we'd gone down previously, so we had to go back to get to it. Tea room. It served drinks, ice cream, cakes, bakes, sandwiches and light meals, although we did notice that the menu outside differed slightly from the menu inside. However, we had no problems doing our order. We're sat in the tea room at the moment. Now, we've been told that we can't actually film in the house, so we'll take you around the garden and then just take some stills of the house. So what are you going to have?
I'm going to have cheese scone.
Oh, sounds nice.
And a ginger beer.
A ginger beer. I was wondering whether or not to go for a cider, and the scone of the month, which I think is a blueberry and oat scone.
Oh, you'd like blueberry, because you like that, don't you?
So this is the scone of the month, and it had a really nice coating on the top which was absolutely gorgeous. I don't think you can really beat a scone with melted butter on it. It's absolutely great.
It's very nice. I haven't gone in the house yet though.
Well, we're going to do the gardens first, aren't we?
Lots of beautiful gardens actually.
Saltram boasts extensive wood and parklands, incorporating ancient trees and wildflower meadows, which would have been the natural landscape for the area. It makes a more informal, natural experience. The estate has benefited from centuries of gardening tradition and landscape design. It offers a number of different walks for different capabilities, taking in the various focal areas. The Saltram Meadow Walk takes visitors through meadows with views of the River Plym, creating a serene and scenic atmosphere. In addition, and in contrast to the woodlands, are the cultivated gardens. These feature geometric beds, manicured lawns and well-maintained flower borders, very typical of the 18th and 19th centuries. The gardens were originally designed to complement the grandeur of the Georgian mansion and provide a very peaceful outdoor space for the Parker family who lived at Saltram. Over time, the gardens have undergone various changes, and the National Trust has taken care to restore and preserve their historical integrity. While much of the original design remains, the gardens have been adapted to suit modern visitors, providing walking paths, seating areas, spaces for relaxation and play areas for children. As you can see, the gardens offer a mix of historical elegance and natural beauty, making them a key part of the visit to the estate, and we really enjoyed them. And they had one area which was set aside for the kids, and it included this music trail. I don't think I'll be giving up the day job just yet. And this is a selection of play tents. This one here's the quiet one. I don't know if the one over there is a noisy one. I better find out. But it doesn't go by the name of the noisy one. It seems to have an interesting selection of stuff. And here we have the kitchen band. Good, aren't I? What a gorgeous oak tree. This is the edge of the property by the looks of it. Lovely views. The furthest point of the gardens we came across this beautiful treat, the Castle Folly. Built during the 18th century, this ornamental structure is designed to be discovered during a walk, enhancing the experience and providing shelter to take in any picturesque views and the landscape. It has retained its beautiful tulip-shaped large glass windows and ornate plasterwork. It was very common for decorative follies not intended for any practical purposes to be built on grand estates. These evoked a sense of romance and history, serving as focal points to be stumbled upon during leisurely walks. With its octagonal shaped turrets surrounding the roof, a trapdoor in the wooden floor, and dungeon beneath, it's not surprising it has the name Castle Folly. As you can see, it's not a real dungeon, but it's accessed via a staircase to the right of the Folly and through this very spooky dark tunnel, which is a bit of an exciting adventure and place to explore. Well, I've come to one of two ways, and I've really enjoyed my walk in this garden. There's a lovely summer house back there, and underneath the summer house there's a secret room, for want of a better description. Anyway, I think I'm going to meet up with Joanne and go back, and then we'll explore the house. This long, formal walkway, flanked by rows of lime trees, also known as linden trees, is the appropriately named Lime Avenue. The trees are symmetrically planted, creating a natural corridor that highlights the geometry and balance very typical of Georgian garden design. It creates a dramatic, shaded avenue that adds both elegance and structure to the landscape, framing views and creating a grand approach. And there's the house. Saltram House is a grand Georgian mansion, one of the finest examples of a country house from the 18th century. The house was originally a Tudor mansion, but it was significantly remodelled by the Parker family during the Georgian era, especially under John Parker. He transformed it into the grand home we see today. The Parker family lived at Saltram for centuries. They were very influential figures in Devon society, and the house remained in their hands until the National Trust took it over in 1957. The house features stunning interiors by renowned architect Robert Adam, who designed some of the rooms, including the drawing room and the saloon. His work includes intricate plaster ceilings, neoclassical details, and elegant fireplaces. He designed the saloon's Axminster carpet, which has been painstakingly restored in what has been described as one of the most complex reweaves ever attempted. The house holds an impressive and extensive art collection, with works by prominent artists like Joshua Reynolds, who was a close friend of the Parker family. It is thought he advised them on what art to purchase. The rooms are lavishly decorated with period furniture, chandeliers and tapestries, giving visitors a glimpse into life of aristocratic families in the 18th and 19th century. And this grand house doesn't just have a kitchen. It has a complex of food preparation spaces with specific functions reflecting the day-to-day operations that would have been essential to support the Parker family and their large household of staff. Apparently, a number of the kitchen utensils are original to the house. They make for one incredible display with their eye-catching patina.
and we are now in the staircase hall. It was built for John Parker in the 1740s. It boasts a splendid carved staircase. Neoclassical pillars support the downstairs ceiling, and together with the intricately painted ceiling and the extensive collection of artwork that adorns the wall, they create a breathtaking welcome. One of the things I found really interesting in the Chinese bedroom was that if you look really closely, they'd patched the walls using oddments of the same wallpaper, but it had discoloured and it wasn't always a perfect match. This very ornate room is named after the gilded mirrors that adorn the walls. They reflect both the natural and the candlelight, creating an illusion of a much larger space and adding a sense of luxury. In Georgian times, mirrors were expensive and therefore a sign of wealth, so their prominent use in this room would have emphasised the Parker's family's affluence. We are now in the last room before we return to the hall. The library. It houses an impressive collection of books, many of which date back to the 18th and 19th centuries. The library reflects the interests of the Parker family in everything from literature, history, politics and science, making it a valuable resource for scholars at the time. So that was Saltram House.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
You weren't allowed to video in it. I've no idea why. There was a lot of paintings in there, so maybe that was it. But I've been to other stately homes and National Trust places and you are allowed to video. So, did you video any?
No, I just was allowed to take.
Video?
No, I just took photographs.
So we did what we were told. Mm-hmm. I've been in better houses. It's nice to come. It's a lovely day out. The ground's lovely. The gardens are absolutely beautiful.
Gardens are probably one of the better gardens.
Best, beautiful flowers. I suppose it depends what time of year you come, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
The house, I've been in better houses, to be honest. I mean, there was only one bedroom with a bed in.
That may well be that we only had access to certain parts.
Oh yeah,
of the
I mean,
house.
there's 97 rooms, and we certainly didn't go in 97, did we?
No.
I mean, probably how many?
Probably about 20 rooms tops.
Yeah, at tops. So but we had a nice. They have a couple of very nice cafes, and as I said, lots of benches to sit on, and beautiful, beautiful flowers. They were beautiful flowers, even if you just come to see the flowers.
And it does make a lovely day out.
Yeah.
It was nice and relaxing. I'm a bit like you. I didn't think the house was as good as the other houses that we've seen.
Yeah.
and yet it's known for its scenes on Sense and Sensibility, because all the interior shots were there. But I thought the real standout out of them was the gardens.
Yeah.
And it was one of the better gardens that we've been in.
Yes, but not so much the house. So it swings and roundabouts, really.
Yeah.
If you want to come and see some lovely plants. Yeah.
Inside is very dark as well.
Yes, yeah. The kitchens were amazing, actually. They were good.
The kitchen was nice. I liked the sort of scullery to one side, which it had a sort of brass-coloured, copper-coloured lid, and that was for the vegetable.
It was copper, I think.
Yeah. And then there was the sink wasn't as nice as some of the sinks that we've been in recently, but the very utilitarian, some form of galvanised zinc, I imagine, type material. But the kitchenware, the copper, it was well used, but absolutely looked lovely, didn't it?
Lovely and shiny. Yeah.
And
it was nice. It was nice. It was a lovely day out. As I say, if I came again, I don't know if I'd even bother with the house.